So we decided at the first service to have our kids stay and that I would try to preach a kid-friendly sermon. Some of you are probably thinking, that's not possible. But I gave it a shot, so you can tell me later. Actually, I think kid-friendly sermons, maybe we should try to preach those all the time. So today's sermon is based on Psalm 139, selected verses, and it's sort of the hide-and-seek psalm. The writer of the psalm is playing hide-and-seek with God. So hear the word of God. Lord, you have searched me and known me. You know when I sit down and when I rise up. You discern my thoughts from far away. Where can I go from your spirit? Or where can I flee from your presence? If I ascend to heaven, you're there. If I make my bed in Sheol, in the place of the dead, the place deep in the ground, you are there. If I take the wings of the morning and settle at the farthest limits of the sea, even there your hand shall lead me, and your right hand shall hold me fast. If I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, and the light around me become night, even the darkness is not dark to you. The night is as bright as the day, for darkness is as light to you. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Pray with me. O Lord, may the words of my mouth, the meditations of all of our hearts be pleasing in your sight. You who are our rock and our Redeemer. Amen. So this week we went to Mars and Beyond in Vacation Bible School, and our kids were on an outpost at Mars, and there were other further planets that needed help, and so our kids managed to send them kindness and boldness and faith and thankfulness and hope. Well, 1 month ago, I was at Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena. They have an open house once a year, and my son got us tickets. And there, right in the middle of that picture, there you see actually the prototype for the Martian rover that's going to be blast off next summer and sent to Mars. Now that Martian rover is a 6-wheeled vehicle that is going to launch a helicopter, range from all over the Martian surface, and it's going to scoop up Mars rocks and put them in something like little suitcases that another rocket is going to go pick up and then blast off and send back here to Earth. So in 6 years, we're going to have rocks from Mars here on Earth. Amazing. It's amazing. Now, here they are actually building the Martian rover. There's a huge, clean room. I tried to sneak in it and I got caught, but so I could get a close-up picture for you, of course. Anyway, it's really fascinating. You see all the stages of this thing. The various pieces are being assembled in this sterile environment. It's really fascinating and incredible to see. Now, next summer, all this stuff you're looking at here is actually going to blast off for Mars. And eventually, we'll be seeing pictures that are sent back from the pieces of equipment that are in this room. Now, this rover is going to be looking for Martian rocks, Martian dirt, maybe water. It will probably not be looking for God. But nonetheless, I believe God will be there. God will be there. In fact, as I was listening to these scientists, like this gentleman here, talking about the Martian rover that he's working on, you can tell they're filled with such an interesting mixture of technical stuff, yes, but also wonder and glee and joy that they get to work on this thing that's going to go explore the heavens. And I can't help but think that God must just love this. That God must just love us figuring out how to fly around the universe, us trying to figure out the physics of it all, trying to figure out how this all works, and us taking such pleasure in something as simple maybe as bringing Martian rocks back so that we can hold them and look at them with our own hands. So I feel like God is very much a part of all this as we try to discover all the details, the hidden details behind creation. Now, Ray Bradbury, some of you may remember Ray Bradbury, the science fiction writer. he wrote a story called The Man, about a spaceship that lands on Mars, and the Martian people, who aren't all that different than we are, they could care less that this rocket ship from Earth has landed. They're not even interested. And the crew of the rocket ship wonders why are they not even paying any attention to us at all. And the people in this Martian town tell them, well, it's because there was a man here yesterday. A man here yesterday who took care of the poor. A man who spoke of peace, but not only spoke of peace, but gave it to us. A man who just changed the way we look at everything. Now, the story never names this man, but it's clear who it is. This man who was once walking the face of the earth and now walking the face of the planet Mars, and as one of the people of Mars says, he walks on every planet. The name may not be the same, but he walks everywhere. So Ray Bradbury, the science fiction writer years ago, apparently he thought that God just might even be found on Mars. And if Mars, then every place else too. In the psalm we read today, the man's playing hide and seek with God, but it's a game you can't win. It's a game you can't win. He says, if I go, where am I going to flee from your spirit? If I go up to the highest heaven, there you are. If I go to the deepest part of the earth, there you are. If I even go to a place where there's no light, and there are plenty of places in this universe where there are no light. You know, that's what a black hole is, where even the light can't escape. Complete darkness. Even if I go there, darkness isn't dark to you. Darkness is just like the light. I can't win. God, you'll find me anywhere and everywhere that I go. Now, my kids are now in their 30s, but we were good parents. We read to them all the time. And the kids have their favorites, of course, and when the kids have their favorites, you read them literally all the time, over and over and over again. And sometimes you sort of get tired of reading them. I mean, I got to where Green Eggs and Ham, I would start reading it and I would see how far I could get without taking a breath, you know? I do not like them, Sam, I am. I do not like green eggs and ham, and I will not eat them in a box. I will not eat them with a fox. I will not eat them on a train. I will not eat them in the rain. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam. Just for fun. Never made it through, but it was a challenge. See how far I could get, which rhyme I would get to. So some of the books are like that. You read them because the kids love them. But there are books that you would read anyway. There are children's books that I would read over and over and over again because I love them. Because I love them. And one of them that I read over and over and over again is one that I still love. And I never actually realized it, but just maybe The Runaway Bunny, which is about a mother rabbit and her little bunny, just maybe it's about something more. Maybe it's about something more. Here, listen to it. Once there was a little bunny who wanted to run away. So he said to his mother, I am running away. If you run away, said his mother, I will run after you, for you are my little bunny. If you run after me, said the little bunny, I will become a fish in a trout stream, and I will swim away from you. If you become a fish in a trout stream, said the mother, I will become a fisherman, and I will fish for you. If you become a fisherman, said the little bunny, I will become a rock on the mountain, high above you. If you become a rock on the mountain high above me, said his mother, I will become a mountain climber, and I will climb to where you are. If you become a mountain climber, said the little bunny, I will be a flower in a hidden garden. If you become a flower in a hidden garden, said his mother, I will be a gardener, and I will find you. If you are a gardener and find me, said the little bunny, I will be a bird and fly away from you. If you become a bird and fly away from me, said his mother, I will be a tree that you come home to. If you become a tree, said the little bunny, I will become a little sailboat, and I will sail away from you. If you become a sailboat and sail away from me, said his mother, I will become the wind and blow you where I want you to go. If you become the wind, said the little bunny, I will join a circus and fly away on a flying trapeze. If you go on a flying trapeze, said his mother, I will be a tightrope walker, and I will walk across the air to you. If you become a tightrope walker and walk across the air, said the bunny, I will become a little boy and run into a house. If you become a little boy and run into a house, said the mother bunny, I will become your mother and catch you in my arms and hug you. Shucks, said the little bunny. I might just as well stay where I am and be your little bunny. And so he did. Have a carrot, said the mother bunny. Oh, thank you, Margaret Wise Brown and Clement Hurd. Such a wonderful story. And I never once realized, I read it hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times, but my kids were all grown until I realized that how the mother rabbit feels about her little bunny is also about how God feels about each one of us. God will not let us run away alone. So if you want to climb a mountain, great. God will find you there. If you discover a hidden garden, cool. God will show up there too. If you want to swim like a fish, if you want to fly like a bird, if you want to sail with the wind, that's fine because God is in the air, in the water, in the breeze. If you want to join the circus, or if your life just feels like a circus, don't worry. If you blast off for Mars, or if it just feels like you live on another planet, it'll be okay. If you run away and home just doesn't feel like home anymore, even then, you're not alone. You're not alone. Because the man walking the face of the planet Mars, because the mother bunny, because the living God will show up wherever you go. And in the end, that's the promise that God always keeps. We're not promised success. We're not promised happiness. We're not promised anything like a perfect life. We're promised that no matter what happens to us, no matter where we go, no matter what the world does to us, like the mother bunny, God is in this for the long haul. God will not let you run away alone. And in the end, God will bring us home at last.